Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. Today I'm going to be checking out a new band to me for the first time that looks particularly interesting. This will be The Who performing Wolf Totem. Thank you so much for this recommendation. I looked into them a little bit and discovered that they do some throat singing, so I'm really excited to hear that. And also, their description is a Mongolian heavy metal band. So I'm really curious how this sound is going to go together. This throat singing, what kind of throat singing they're doing, and combining that with heavy metal music. That just sounds like fun. Let's get to it. Okay, this build up so far is awesome. I love it. Started with that wolf howl right away, so I feel like we're really going to play into that wolf thing heavily in this song. I love that it went from a horse to a motorcycle gang. It felt like this modernization. At first, I thought we were going to have way more, maybe like a warrior scene or something, because of just because the dress looked very traditional. I thought, oh, maybe we're setting something in the past, or we're gonna have lots of horses riding. And then we went to motorcycles. I was like, whoa, what a cool way! Like, not only do I already know that the band is going to be doing some cool combination of traditional Mongolian music and heavy metal, they're also doing that in this video. I like that a lot. And this instrument is cool that they're using. I've seen it in another video recently. I think it was in, I want to say Swan Goose. That they were using this, it looks like a fiddle almost. I think it was called I think it was called a horse fiddle. Maybe I'm wrong though. Correct me down below in the comments. I love learning more about various instruments. So please do go ahead and write a long paragraph or two. Now, there has been a really great build as well in the rhythm and the dynamics as well. It's getting louder as we're going on. It's building my expectations, guys. Let's keep going. Wait, I need to go back and catch that transition again. I stopped it at that point. Okay, I'm going to pause. I needed to hear a little more of that vocal before I could really talk much about it. This is the kind of throat singing that I'm not as familiar with, just so you know. I'm much more familiar with throat singing that involves overtones and creating different harmonics essentially above a fundamental. This kind of throat singing is the one that's really, really, really low. And when I've seen clips of people doing it, it's usually been males. Though I have seen a couple girls, and it sounds to me like they're using fry. It's really, really, really low. Uh, it's like really, it's crazy low down there. I couldn't get down that low, and I can sing really low for a girl. But it's down in that fry register in his voice, and it almost sounds like a drone in the way that there's a bunch of them singing together, all on the same note. Harmonically, the song really isn't doing very much. It's just building a lot of anticipation by kind of hanging out in the same place. And it's drawing a lot more attention than to this solo instrument that can riff over a more simple harmony, and also building a lot of rhythmic energy. It's fun. It makes me kind of want to headbang, not gonna lie. Let's go back and catch a little more. Ooh. Are they chanting the band's name? Is that, I think that's what I'm seeing. I heard them yelling who, but I didn't realize I didn't connect that to the band's name at the same time. I just thought it was like a chant syllable. That's fun. This feels like a gang that's about to go fight. It feels very, very charged. And even the words, you see a lot of aggression that's in there as well. And the way that he's delivering his words has so much percussion in his consonants. He's really aggressive with his diction, which it gives, again, this extra edge to it. I'm really curious where it's going to go. That was definitely some really strong vocal fry down there, really, really low. That was cool. That was so low. I liked that a lot. I feel this is such a good, like, primal kind of piece. It's definitely building all kinds of energy in me. This music is, it makes your heart thump and it makes you want to dance. I love this primal feeling. I want to hear Diana Ankudinova sing with this band. You guys are a fan of her. You know what I mean. I think that primalness in her voice would go amazingly well with them. I am just loving though what they're doing and the way they're playing with the energy. Let's go back a little bit to hear his fry again. That was really loud. Wow. It was like a growl. That part to listen again. It did sound like they were playing with some overtones in there. When the higher voice comes in. Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional, or if they were purposely playing with some overtones in there. But partly because they're droning so much on the fundamental pitch, like there's a very strong octave that you hear right above in overtones in general. But the higher voice in there sounded like he was playing with that maybe a little bit, which makes me wonder if they might feature him at some point. Or maybe they do it in a different music video. I don't know. Horses versus motorcycles? That's cool. Okay, this is the thing. I need to check what pitch they're droning on. So they keep droning on an E flat that's below the bass clef. That's a low note to sing. I hear most or a lot of the guys in there are using some fry to get to it, which helps extend the lower range. But I love the diction they have down there as well. Sometimes when you have a guy who's singing really, really low, a little bit of the diction disappears, and instead their diction is really aggressive. It is very snappy, very percussive to the point where they'll go to consonants before holding vowels out quite frequently, which usually people say you sing on the vowels, and consonants are kind of like cherries on top. But this case, they're definitely really using the consonants a lot more to shape the sound that they're going for. I'm kind of amazed that they sang most of the song on one note, right? I was thinking, okay, this must go somewhere else, but I love the drive of it. I wouldn't expect to like a song on one note so much. Yes, they had this harmony come in a little while later with the higher voice there, and it sounds like he has some like he might do some throat singing that involves the overtones, maybe in a different piece. I'd really love to hear that. So do make that recommendation down below. But in addition, the harmony overall is just saying it stays the same the whole time. And it feels like it's a song really meant to pump you up. I'm going to go back just a little bit to this very end, because the thing that made me shudder was that instrument, the way it slid down. We tend to not put that in like traditional Western music that's come from that like European classical theory foundation. We tend to not put slides that are that obvious in, unless it's like a really quick one going up or down, like a Puccini sort of thing. They are really leaning into that here. And for my sensibilities, it made me shudder and then be like, whoa, that's a very visceral sound. So I kind of want to hear it again. Trinity for strings, Penderecki or something. Oh, I love the way they incorporated some live nature sounds too there. So the one word I would use to describe this song is primal. I was fascinated by the way they created this vibe. It felt like it was some sort of ritual before going to war, or and it felt very manly. But also, I was really impressed that they managed to create that vibe on mostly one note, and singing in a way that I'm not particularly used to hearing. Yes, I hear vocal fry a lot, used mostly as an extension, but the way that they continue to use it and be really in the pocket on the pitch the entire time as a huge group it was very curious, and it makes me want to do a lot more study on throat singing. So, if you have any recommendations for places to study throat singing, let me know in the comments below, or come and say hello to me sometime in one of the live chats during premieres on Mondays and Fridays at 8 a.m. Arizona time. And also celebrate with me today because we just released Patreon. So if you want to become more involved with the Charismatic Voice community, I suggest you go and check that out. I'm so excited that it's finally released. There's so much fun stuff in there, including a video that's about to premiere right after this one today. So stay tuned for that, and I'll hope to see you soon.